Hello, hello. I am not late, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I scheduled this stream pretty much as soon as the chapter dropped, okay? It only says 3:30 because that was the closest time, and that was 3:30 was before the chapter even dropped, I believe. So, I am as early as it can get, okay? But yes, 1048 is out. Where can you read it? Just, I mean, if you don't know where to read it, then you haven't been following the scans. So just Google it, check out Twitter, check out the Discord. It's pretty easy to find, to be honest. But yeah, we are out here. 2 long weeks, man. I think after this one, we should be good, and hopefully we'll get about 3-4 chapters in a row after this. I mean, if you don't read the manga, then you're in the wrong place, bro, because we're reading the manga. It is out. The chapter is out already. You can either pull it up, read along with me, or go check it out first, come back. I will be posting the VOD to this later on as well. But yeah, after another 2-week wait, another break. This time was a Shonen Jump break, I believe. One Piece is back. 1048 is out earlier than ever, guys. Like, at this rate, like 3:30, like, I can't remember the last time a chapter was this early. I mean, I guess it is Golden Week, so maybe that's the reason why it's so early. I think the spoilers dropped super early as well, so that could be something to do with it. Usually only drops around like 6. I mean, as of like 2 months ago, it was dropping on like Fridays. Now it's Thursdays is the new thing, new schedule. But yeah, I've remained unspoiled as always. I've been doing really good with that. But yeah, the chapter has dropped mad early. We're gonna pull this bad boy up real soon. Just gonna wait a little bit for people to come in and stuff, and maybe have some time to read the chapter beforehand if that's what they want to do. But yeah, do not spoil. I'm not gonna look at chat too much. I'm interested to see where it goes, man, because for like the 3rd time we ended off last chapter on this just epic attack. Humongous attack that Luffy's about to launch. The last 2 times though, they missed. So like the giant form, the lightning bolt, both ended up just missing, right? So is this one gonna end up landing? I don't know. It looks like a final attack, but like Momonosuke has to pull Onigashima out of the way, so I don't know how that's gonna really happen. I don't know, man. I have a feeling that it's gonna be another tease, and Kaido's gonna figure something out, and then it's actually not gonna go down. How is it gonna proceed? I genuinely had no idea. So let's just get into it, man. Let's just get into it. Enough dilly dallying around. I'm gonna pull up the chapter, and then we'll see if the mood requires it. I will change the music if necessary. Let me get it ready just in case. Why don't we? All right, just in case, I'll have this thing ready to go. Cool. Okay, here we go. One Piece chapter 1048 is finally back. 20 years is the chapter title. I'm guessing this has to be Momonosuke focused because they jumped 20 years in the future. Momonosuke, a lot of people have pointed out, has been going through this like back and forth of like kind of brave moment. He's ready to go, and then he just, kind of falls back to, crying and I'm not ready for this, and hash a flashback, and then now he's ready again. Hopefully this is where he breaks the cycle, because Luffy's gonna need his help here. If he's gonna land this big final blow on Kaido, Momonosuke has to just take Onigashima and just rip it out of the way. I don't know how he's gonna be able to do that, but hopefully he's able to. No update. No major update here yet on the cover page story. We see Cracker there. He's a little injured. You see him all bandaged up. Brule is talking about the Vin smokes and how they escaped. Is that a hint on is that a possible hint that they're the ones that's here, that they've come back? That'd be kind of weird that they escaped and all of a sudden came back all over again. Is Germa trying to infiltrate Chocolate Town again? So they've heard somebody's here. It looks like Brule is guessing that it's the Vinsmokes, but judging off the fact we saw them at the beginning of this cover page story, like they're looking into the distance, they were sailing. It looked like they were more sailing away. I don't think they would have come back so quickly. If they do, would they win? I don't think they will win, honestly. Like, even with all these people injured and stuff and the Big Mom Pirates away. I don't know. I still think the best guess and the most interesting synopsis would be the Blackbeard Pirates, and this might be just some bait here thrown by Oda. But we'll see. They don't look too worried right now. Brule is talking about the Vinsmokes. We'll see. In the next chapter, hopefully we'll get an answer to this question. But let's get into the chapter here. Okay. You see the giant fist coming down. Okay, we're seeing some of the arm in this chapter. Last time we just saw the detailed fist and it looks so good. But it looks like a Kong gun, dude. It looks like Luffy's also got this thing coiled up. Like if he's got a Kong gun that size, that might be enough. That might be enough to actually punch out Kaido. Move Onigashima out of the way, Momo's answer. Luffy, wait, that can't be done. Like, listen, you don't got much time. Kaido's gonna have, just go and attack Luffy's body eventually. Like, you really gotta get this done quick. Also, look at the size of that sword. I really wonder, we gotta get some information on that sword. It's so big. It's not... Okay, and then we get another flashback again. Let's see. I know you will find a way to revive the Kozuki clan in the future. And then he just... my man just headbutts the fucking island. Whoa! Okay. Gotta give him props for trying it all. This is probably not the way to do it, but he's giving it his best. Trying to fight through the performance issues. Respect for that, at least. Okay, now Luffy's looks like he's ready to unload the attack, but I don't think Momonosuke is gonna get it out of the way in time. That's a lot to ask from Momonosuke. Very well, I take this one. This man Kaido said, this is it, alright. Very well, I'll take it head on. Have you heard, Straw Hat? Yeah, he ain't worried, bro. Kaido is not worried one bit, bro. Are we about to actually get awakening here? Because that's been a debate back and forth and back and forth. Is Kaido actually awakened? Because his form seemed to change a little bit. He looks a little animalistic, a little more so as the fight has gone on. But does Kaido have another level to go? We'll see. He does not look worried at all. Luffy's actually the one looking worried. Have you heard, Straw Hat? This country's hero burned to death. Okay, he's talking trash now. The man's just talking trash about Odin. 20 years and then now he's like smoking out his mouth now. Some fire is coming out. What is this, fucking a spirit bomb burrow blast that he's about to unleash here? Oh my god, what is this? Flaming drum dragon. He's completely turned himself into a fire dragon? What? Hold on, what's the note here? The kanji means great blazing dragon torch. Phonetically, it sounds like Kane Daiko, the flaming drum, a classic Rakugo tale. Okay, I'm sure they might have some notes at the end of this chapter to explain that, but it looks like the man's become a Charizard in Eastern Dragon form. Flaming drum dragon. This has been a lawless land since then. They've waited all this time for you saviors to show up. Look at the size of Kaido compared to Luffy there, bro. Luffy is just like a bug compared to Kaido's looking menacing as hell in this dragon form, man. Yeah, he can't even touch him anymore. He's just straight up pure flames at this point. Don't worry, it's okay to let go. He's huffing and puffing on his hand. I assure you, I won't run. Yeah, no, this attack's not doing shit. No shot. No. This is not the final attack. Luffy's gonna be 0 for 3 here. He's gonna be 0 for 3 from the field. This is not gonna, it's gonna hit Kaido, but it's not gonna be enough. After all, your right hand won't come crashing down. Oh, what was he talking about? Oh, he's burning one of the horns off as well. Damn, that just shows how hot that fire is. That crazy ass attack that Zoro used to slash off one of the horns. This man Kaido just burnt off about the same amount from residual heat from his body. So this form is looking pretty devastating. Because I'm going to vaporize it. God damn, okay. Yeah, Kaido had more in his bag, apparently. He had more in his bag. Hold on. We gotta change the mood right here. We gotta change the mood because I wanna see how these two go head to head here. All right. All right, we'll raise that a little bit. Hold on. All right, here we go. Let's see what Kaido's gonna be able to do here. Like, I'll let that happen. Gomu no. Okay, here we go. Here's the crash. Gomu no. Rising Dragon. And then we getting some Ryo flashbacks here. What you call hockey is known as Ryo. Ring. Okay, his attack is like ringing and shit. Here in Wano. Gramps taught me how to attack without making oh, true. That's gonna come in clutch. Okay, nice call back there. I'm gonna knock you to the bottom of hell. I don't know about that though. The attack is called the Bajron Gun, which is a reference to Hanuman. Okay, Evil's gonna love that shit. The monkey god. Okay, so there is some inspiration from Hanuman there, very clearly. And then this is called Blazing Bagua. Okay, the two of them going head. Kaido just trying to straight up just like vaporize this fist, which is interesting because he's using devil fruit power here against Haki, where like he was the one last chapter talking about like Haki at the end of the day is more important. So has he figured out a way to like kind of work in Haki into that as well? Luffy's getting blown back. Kaido's still pushing forward. It looks like he's about to swallow up Luffy's fist. He's about to launch this gigantic, just blazing Bagua in his face. Okay, now we cut down. Okay, so we cut away, go back to Onigashima. Oh no, Kiku. Okay, so they it looks like they're still down pretty bad. Usopp dropped them by accident. Please be alive. Don't go dying on me now. Sir Straw Hat, we're counting on you. Take Kaido down. Finish him for good. I don't know, man. This feels like some smoke screen here. I feel like Kaido's about to just destroy Luffy here. This feels like a smoke screen. Things are, I don't know. Like for a while there, I was like, okay, like, you know, everything's going the way of the Straw Hats. It's all building up to Luffy winning. Too much is going right. I don't know. We got Kawamatsu there. Now he's thinking back. This nightmare won't end unless Kaido's driven from this land. Odin-sama, his retainers are getting away. Don't let a single one escape. Run, Odin-sama, don't look back. Now, yeah, the Scabbards escaping 20 years in the future. It is called 20 years, though. So you would expect that means it's like a good thing for this chapter. But I don't know what's actually going to happen. Bang! Okay, that was Odin getting shot. You see, this is the first time we actually really get to see the reaction of the Scabbards to hearing that and like knowing Odin has died. That's a really... Oh, I've said this recently, is that Oda, I would say recently in the One Piece manga, has like crowded and like really like put a lot of stuff and stuffed it into the panels. I really love when he just goes simple like this. Creates a lot of space with the sound effect in the back. Think Jaya with Luffy and Blackbeard, and it's just like just a pure empty space, a scenery of those two, or the earlier Alabasta fights where you can really just see the action. I really love when Oda keeps the panel simplistic like this, and you could just focus on like the sound of the gun getting shot off and the reaction of the Scabbards. And then you see Orochi reacting there. There's only one place those samurai will go. Curry. They intend to safeguard Odin's heir, Momonosuke. So he has a son. I'll deal with him myself. He didn't end up doing it. He actually showed some mercy. Please have mercy. Stop hunting the Kozuki clan. Ah, damn, bro. Just, yeah, they're not recovering from that one. I don't know, Kinemon had a lot of plot armor that helped them survive a lot of these Baguas, but I don't think these ordinary Wano citizens are surviving that one. Plus, this is a flashback, so they're probably dead. Don't hesitate to shoot any vermin that dares defy their shogun. God damn, bro. You see all these people dying from the flashbacks. What's the name? What's of Odin's wife? She was confirmed dead in Bakura town. No one else was seen fleeing the ruins of Odin Castle. The Kozuki line is officially dead. Okay, so once again, it seems like Toki's death is confirmed. For those of you that still believe that she's alive. Now the time has come for you daimyo to choose. Okay, so we're getting just skipping through all these scenes of all the terrible things that happen to Wano. Will you help us usher in a new Wano? Or will you try to wage war? Of course, we know exactly what they did. A stupid question. Udon, Ringo, Hakamai. Okay, the 3 daimyo that we saw plus Yasuye. A stupid question with an obvious answer. We refuse to recognize a shogun that isn't Kozuki. It is our duty to avenge Oden. Okay. And then, of course, Kaido just fucking tore him apart. Did not matter, bro. Their bravery was very admirable, but it's a burrow blast in the face for them boys. They fought strong though, and then Orochi laughing his ass off from the sidelines. Goof! Weaklings! It will be an insult to call any of you samurai. Damn it! If only that fool didn't have Kaido backing him. Exactly, man. This whole time he's just been protected by Kaido. It looks like that guy kind of looks like Zoro, but I'm guessing he's just one of the samurais. Quiet, Orochi. Orochi has ears everywhere. Kaido's forces will find us, and that starts the terrifying reign of Orochi and Kaido. And then track down every able-bodied young man you can find and bring them here. And that's the factories coming into play and making the weapons, and this is how it's gone on for the past 20 years, man. This entire country will become our weapons factory. Wah! Wait, please don't take him. Daddy, oh my god, bro. Tearing families apart. Who do you think you're mouthing off to? Oh my god, bro. They're about to shoot this child? Why has the river gone dark? There's no more drinking water. Yeah, now we're just seeing the progression of everything going bad. Now, yeah, another beautiful just scenery where we see the despair here. The crops won't grow. People are crying in the background. You see the desolate land, the skull, the factories in the back. This is another beautiful panel here. And there's nothing left to eat. My god. If you can still breathe, you can still work. Keep your hands moving, you scum. Don't count on any miracles coming to save you. Oh my god, bro. The noose? Oh, okay, Oda. Oda's bringing back the dark tone. Like I said, we needed this kind of reminder, like the terrible situation Wano has been in. I wish this war had more stakes to it, but this is another great way to kind of really bring back, you know, the value and like the desperation of the people of Wano here that they're counting on Luffy winning. The borders are staying closed. See the news once again, the factories there. We have to be patient. It'll be a longer winter, but we have to believe in Toki-sama's words. This whole time, they've been just holding on hope for the 20 years to pass, for their saviors to come. Look at these gluttonous fools, Kaido. They actually ate the leftovers of the defective smile fruits. Goof, ha 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 ha. That's it. Let's have the rest of Ibisu town follow suit. Their bellies will stay empty, and their loved ones will continue to keel over. But they won't be able to do anything except grin brightly. They'll never stop laughing. And then you see using a kid there as well, crying and laughing. That's just brutal, man. It's the perfect fate for this country's pests. Goof. Okay. Now, and then we cut from that right to Orochi actually there. That I like. It looks like he's bleeding out the mouth here. Is it Denjiro appearing for the first time in 30 chapters? I think it might have been like 6-7 months since we've seen Denjiro at this point. Cough. Curse you, Komurasaki. Did Hiyori come back and finish it? Goof. I'm taking you. Okay, no. That's just the damage he's taking from the fire and stuff. It's a nice imagery as well that he's burning alive here while Kaido is also in blazing dragon form, showing that Kaido is actually the strong one while, you know, Orochi in a similar type of form is actually just burning down. I don't think he should die here, though. I feel like he really needs to deal with the consequences, and they really have to solve this thing of the whole Kurozumi thing. Where, like, you know, at the end of the day, Wano did, to an extent, cause this themselves by prosecuting and hunting down the Kurozumi. Maybe Orochi just dies here and Tama ends up being the solution and, like, Hitetsu ends up revealing that or something, but we'll see. I'm not exactly sure about Orochi dying here. You shouldn't have underestimated the wrath of the Kurozumi clan. Hiyori is screaming, "Ah! I'll be seeing you in hell." Okay, at least she it looks like she's calmed down now. We can drink together down there. Boo-ha-ha-ha-ha. Okay, now we've seen a sword. Is this Denjiro? Does not look like no Ashra Doji hands or anything. Seems like things are getting out of hand here. Okay. And there he goes, Denjiro. Protects Hiyori. Okay. And just like that, the last head of Orochi has fallen. This makes sense. I think Denjiro makes sense. I'm gonna need an explanation on where the fuck this man has been this whole time, unless that was the plan all along. But it makes sense that he's here, along with Hiyori, the person, you know, those two have been together this whole time. Plus, out of all the scabbers, he was the last person that did not get to cut off one of the heads. I think Ashra Doji didn't get a chance either, but Denjiro, he just disappeared off the screen at that time, if I remember correctly. So him cutting it off here makes sense. And then you see they cut back to Wano there, all the lanterns going up. Please make Orochi disappear. Denjiro with the face of determination. Orochi's head has fallen. Now I'm going back the other way. Is Luffy actually gonna win here? I don't know. And then you see the lanterns free us from this hell. Give me a sip of clear water after we just saw all of that. Now I'm thinking it is gonna be over. But it feels, am I the only one? Feels like it's a little anticlimactic? Maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know. And we end this final panel here with an epic final clash. Luffy's screaming his ass off. Kaido's looking ahead. This might be it. Like, Luffy could win here. Momonosuke gets the one jolt of energy he needs to push Onigashima out of the way. Kaido comes crumbling down right into the sky for everybody to see, and their dreams come true. That feels like the ending where it's going, but I just don't know if the fight's tone up until now just hasn't been very serious. You know, like I said, even Luffy's last two major attacks have missed. Luffy has not done much damage at all to Kaido since Awakening, really. He jump roped him and, like, punched through his head, but, like, Kaido still looked fine mostly. Like, it looked like the damage was accumulating in him. But I don't know, if Kaido just goes down here, I would feel like it's a little anticlimactic. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I don't know. And it looks like that's where it's heading right now. And it'll probably get a Kaido flashback once he's been defeated or something. We'll see. I do like how it built up, you know, all the things that the people of Wano have gone through. I don't think the raid fail. I can't believe the raid fails at this point. I just can't believe the raid fails at this point. Beautiful. Oh, man. The blazing dragon form for Kaido looking terrifying here in this color panel. I do think the Denjiro slicing Orochi's head off was clean as well. Oda has some amazing panels in here. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the chapter. I'm going to give my full thoughts on this chapter in my chapter review dropping tomorrow. I'm going to talk to you guys now in chat. But that's going to be it for this live reaction. So make sure you subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed. Catch these live next time if you want to come chat with me about the chapter. But until next time, peace. All right. We got to talk about this chapter because I don't know. How do we feel about it ending right here? How do we feel about it ending like this? Because I don't know. Maybe I'll feel different about it. I feel like it might translate better in the anime. But it just doesn't feel like... And this is part of me, like, the Looney Tunes stuff, all right? I didn't hate that stuff. I thought it was funny, and that Oden was just having fun with it. But it does present a scenario where, like, if Luffy's fighting in this Looney Tunes things and then you get these silly scenes, it's not going to actually feel like either side is, like, doing some serious damage. All right, so that was my one problem, was that it's like, okay, the tone of this fight isn't really serious. It doesn't feel like we're heading towards this grand finale. And then all of a sudden we are. Like, I know Luffy has turned serious, and like the final attack is not like a Looney Tunes ass attack. But at the same time, it's like we haven't had much time to shift the tone. And then for all of a sudden for it to be over, and like the alliance has gotten hurt, but like the alliance hasn't really, it was kind of a breeze. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of a breeze as in like, this is Kaido and Big Mom they just went against, you know what I'm saying? It just didn't feel like the same level of danger to like even Enies Lobby. You know, we're not even talking about like Marineford. It just doesn't feel like the same level of danger and like, oh my God, we have to fucking get this done or we're screwed. Like, it's presenting that, but through the eyes of people of Wano. But I feel like in the present, the people actually in the battle, they haven't really sustained that much. Even though they've, you know, like they've taken damage. It's like I'm not saying like obviously Zoro's near death and like a lot of people had to fight to the brink of exhaustion for this to come out on top, but like they were against Big Mom and Kaido and the Beast Pirates and severely outnumbered, like 6-1. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that everybody's fine, like even Hillgrow's making it out alive. You know what I'm saying? So like it just doesn't feel like a, oh, okay, like it just doesn't, like if this was like, let's say one of the earlier arcs, let's say, like if for a character like Kaido to be defeated, and also for Big Mom to also be on that side as well, for such a grand opponent, like literally the strongest opponents that Luffy has faced and will defeat, it doesn't feel like the stakes have been there. And doesn't necessarily even have to be, you know, the amount of damage done. I also think is how you pace it and everything. Like, honestly, I would even say like Baradier, that final clash against Don Krieg, you felt that sense of urgency. Like, Luffy doesn't defeat Don Krieg, he's all fucked up and bloody. If he does not defeat Don Krieg there, everybody's fucked. And the same circumstances are being presented here, and we're seeing Oda build that up. It just doesn't feel like the Alliance has gone through the ringer like many like the Straw Hats have done before with a lot of other villains. You know, that's one thing Oda has been pretty damn good at with most arc, is like presenting a great sense of danger up until the very end. Like, that's why like Doflamingo and Katakuri, the last two villains Luffy defeated, by the time that battle was over, people didn't even think Luffy was stronger than neither of them, right? Like, Luffy had to get a lot of help to defeat him. And same thing here with Kaido, but like for Kaido all of a sudden to go out here just from this punch, when like since Luffy has awakened, Luffy hasn't really done much to him and Kaido's just been battering him this whole time. I don't know. It feels like it's ending by the way everything is being set up and adding up, but it also does feel anticlimactic. So now I'm just wondering, like, is it going another way? But at the same time, with the way everything's going, I'm not gonna put my money on the raid failing, because it'd just be crazy. If it happens, shout out to Oda. And I'll be actually kind of happy it does, because this does feel a little anticlimactic. But I can't bet for that right now, because it just feels like everything's ending. If we follow like shonen logic, you know, it just feels like everything's ending. But One Piece has done better, and that's why I hold it to a higher standard. Like, if this was Fairy Tail, I'll be like, okay, yeah, this is it. Luffy's gonna win on the power of friendship. Or if this is Black Clover, I'll be like, okay, yeah, Luffy's not done yet. He's back for the 8th time. He's gonna show his conviction and show that he never gives up, and that he's definitely gonna win here. But this is One Piece. Okay, One Piece has always had Luffy go up against such crazy scenarios where he's been in insane amount of damage, insane amount of danger, and come back out top because of that. Right now, it just doesn't feel like it's at the same level of stakes. And it's not just the fact that I'm reading week to week, because I read week to week in Whole Cake Island, and when that fight against Katakuri is going down, it felt like, oh, okay, I don't know how Luffy's gonna make it out of this one. He's really gonna have to. And that finale, when it happened, it was like, oh damn, this is it. This is it right here. You felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't feel it right now. Maybe I'm in a minority here. What do you guys think? I haven't read chat too much yet, but let me catch up here. In the meantime, let me know what you guys think about if this ends right here and the next chapter, Luffy wins this like double clash, like fucking Kamehameha versus Kamehameha type of thing. How would you feel if it ended that way and then we go into a flashback? I wouldn't hate it, but I would say it doesn't feel right. And would definitely not place Wano anywhere near Enies Lobby or Marineford for me. Sanjay Vicky, I think it's because of what's up, man? I think it's because of Golden Week that it dropped extra early, but it's been dropping on Thursdays. You know, usually around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So this one dropped about three hours earlier than expected, but probably Golden Week because I know spoilers dropped early as well this time around. When you start making arguments that we need a backstory or maybe Marine/Blackbeard and coming, exactly. I feel like you're just trying to justify something, hoping something else will happen. But I'm just taking it as it is. And, you know, Oda could, I'm not judging it too early in that, you know, Oda could go another direction for sure. I'm just saying how I feel in the moment that if it ends this way, I wouldn't feel it. Nayan, sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. Love from India. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing well out there. Christian Vasquez, we're in the middle of 1050. You think that's when it's going to end or what are you saying? This is an arc where we have 2 Yonko. We don't need additional third parties being introduced. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have such this is the toughest opponents Luffy has ever faced. And for him to win like this, like, I know, like, Zoro's almost dead and, like, they've dealt with a lot. And there's been some great peak moments. I'm not going to take that away from Wano, right? Wano's always going to have those insane highs. But if this is the finale, I'm just going to feel like it's a little underwhelming. The chances of Ray failing are just about as high as the Celtics winning the series. So Fama, keep that energy, bro. All right, yeah, I'm sure you got very excited after game 1, but we came back, bounced back game 2. It's going to be a tough one. It's never going to be easy. I did say Bucks is way better than the Nets, and it's going to be a tough series. I still think we take it in 5-7. If it might go 7, but I still think we're the better team. I think Luffy wins this round, but will be another round. I don't know. If it goes another round, at that point I would say it's a little just dragged on at that point because this fight has gone very long and it's not always been the perfect pacing. You know, Oda spent I would say 2-3 chapters on Drunk Kaido and going through all the phases. I felt like that was redundant and I didn't hate that stuff. It just felt like, okay, if we're spending this much time on Drunk Kaido, we're not spending time on changing the tone back to serious. Which means it might feel rushed if all of a sudden it does go serious, which kind of happened. Same thing with the Looney Tunes stuff. I thought if you did a little bit in the beginning, Odo's having fun, you know, kind of plays into this idea of a ridiculous fruit. That was fun. That was funny. But when you keep doing it, the tone of the fight is just not serious. And all of a sudden for it to switch, like Luffy, 2 gigantic crazy attacks, and then Oda kind of just spun that into Thunderbolt misses, and then Kaido bites him, or Giant Form, he comes down, and Kaido just bites him and Burrow blasts him. You know, so those never felt dangerous, never felt like an equal, serious fight where they're going lives on the line, toe to toe. We got that way earlier in the fight at the beginning of Roof Piece, and the second time Luffy has come back and everything. But since then, after Luffy has come back, you know, we got Drunk Kaido back and forth, and then we got Awakening, and then Looney Tunes. It just took me out of the fight a little bit. 100% drag. Yeah, that's why I don't think it should go another round 2. That would just be weird. You know what I'm saying? I talked about this during the break week stream. I started this YouTube channel over 2 years ago. When I started this YouTube channel over 2 years ago, Jinbei showed up. So it's been over 2 years, and in the span of 2 years, it was the beginning of the raid. The raid, for over 2 years, how long just the raid on Onigashima has taken. We're not talking Act 3. We're definitely not talking about the entirety of Wano. Just the raid itself has gone on for over 2 years. So to keep extending at a certain point, it's just gonna be like, all right, bro. You gotta like it feels like redundant, repetitive unless you're adding more things. And there's already a lot of characters that I feel like have been like neglected, you know, because Oda just keeps adding these different people. The Tobiropo, Sasaki was pointless. Sasaki was incredibly useless in my opinion. The other Tobiropo, I think Ulti's personality helped. Page 1 was kind of, you know, just fucking got knocked out by Big Mom and was pointless as well. Black Maria, I think, you know, was visually appealing. But I don't know about that much more she added to the story. Who's Who? Interesting character, but just got bodied by Kaido, and then it was kind of this weird thing where he was just used as fucking info dump. You know, so Tobiropo, there's already so many characters that are wasted. The fucking mafia bosses. I can't name another fucking one of them besides Omasa because he's so fucking big and noticeable. I don't know the rest of their names because they haven't played any role. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much going on already, and it's so dragged on. And like, if you drag it on even more, like, you really have to make it meaningful. Bucks is $6 and 5. Keep that same energy. I always keep the receipts. All right, don't forget it. Oda himself knows that Luffy ain't supposed to win this. That's why I'm hopeful, right? Because Oda has said, like, yeah, like, Kaido's not getting defeated by a punch. And like I said, Oda has been great, even post time skip, at creating this great sense of danger and like for Luffy and the Alliance, even if nobody dies. You know, we know Oda doesn't kill anybody, but he's always still been able to create a lot of great sense of danger against these terrifying opponents. And when Kaido is the big bad, I expect him to execute it as well. So that's why I'm still just holding out hope. I'm not gonna judge too early. I'm just saying that as of right now, it feels like this is not it, and that should lead me towards a prediction that this isn't the final blow. But at the same time, with the way the story is going, it feels like the final blow, so I'm just confused, you know? They trade damage, Luffy comes out slightly ahead, and the fight is a bit longer. I mean, yeah, another problem is, like, a lot of the damage that they've been fighting has been off-screen. Kaido has probably taken a lot more blows off-screen than Luffy. Luffy, I already feel like it's crazy how much damage he's taken. And then Kaido is like, you know, it just doesn't feel like he's ready to go down because a lot of the damage he took was off screen. Like when Kaido started mentioning, oh, I'm starting to get hurt and stuff, I still didn't feel like I felt like his demeanor did not change until that point. So it almost felt like a little like just out of nowhere that he started feeling it. I gotta open a window. It's mad hot out here. Some air in here. Oda literally said Luffy wasn't going to win in a big punch. No way he wins. I hope so too. I think Oda is very self-aware. I still think he's a great author. So that's what I'm hoping for. But you know, it's not like Oda never makes mistakes. And this might be an occasion where he misreads the situation or something, or sees it in another way. And or you know, I'm not saying he's necessarily wrong, but it's just like something I feel personally. For Free Wari, I didn't hate the chapter. The chapter I actually liked. I liked the callback to Wano stuff. What I'm talking about right now is the finale. Like, if this is the finale, it just doesn't feel like the finale. So it's more so a prediction of what's to come, and like me talking about future thoughts on how this ends. So the chapter in itself I actually really enjoyed. It's more so how just like this thing ends in general. Oda's trying to end on 1050, maybe, I don't know. I don't buy too much into the 1050 stuff. I mean the chapter title stuff anymore. After the whole resin thing was blown up, because if any time Oda was gonna use the chapter title as a hint, it was the resin thing, and it just didn't turn out to be true. So I feel like we look too much into that at this point. So I'm just gonna take those with a grain of salt. we're not feeling where we're supposed to be feeling, but it's subjective. If you don't get it, that yeah, if you feel a different way, I'm sure I know a ton of people love Wano, like especially the newer fans and stuff. So listen, I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings. If you like it, if you think this feels like the grand finale that's supposed to happen, that's great for you. I'm just, this is my channel, this is my stream. I'm here reacting, giving my thoughts. I'm not like a fucking literary critiquer or manga reviewer. I'm just here talking about One Piece. So like, don't take my opinion as your opinion or as like a fucking really an important opinion either. Like, it's just, I'm just giving my thoughts and I'm just a dude. So like, you could totally disagree with me. I think Luffy's gonna be passed out after the fight. Yeah, of course he will be, but like, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's that hype of a moment right now. It just doesn't feel like the final moment to me. When do I think the fight will end? It feels like it should end now. It's a weird thing. I'm conflicted. I caught up week to week anime and manga by 970, I believe, episode 940. But anyway, yeah, no, I don't think this fight ends with a clash. Or at the very least, I don't think Luffy wins. We'll see, Michael. I don't know. I think it needs to be more stakes, but like, this could be a situation where Oda thought this was enough stakes, and we kind of agreed to disagree. Black Maria had a great fight with Robin. I can't wait for that fight. It was more so Robin just having a badass moment. Black Maria herself, I don't think added too much as a character. Out of all the Toby Roppo, was she the most interesting? Maybe, possibly. But Ulti is probably still the most interesting just because her personality is more interesting. But, the Toby Roppo in general, I feel like we're wasted. Kaido is not getting a flashback because Wano's story is not his to begin with. He's just part of it. I mean, you could say Doflamingo was a part of the Rebecca flashback, but we got Law flashback, we got Doflamingo flashback. You don't have to be the focal point of an arc to get a flashback, especially in an arc that's as big as Wano, where we're gonna get like 25 different flashbacks. I'm sure nobody thought Roger flashback was coming. We got a Roger flashback. Kaido is definitely gonna get a flashback. Kaido is Giannis, Luffy is Grant Williams. Oh man, and if that's the case, Kaido might be getting shut down here, hey. 100% final attack? Maybe. I mean, it looks that way as well. Like, I can't knock that opinion. Giannis come back game. Listen, he could drop 30 points if he keeps taking 30 shots. 2 games now, he's taken, I believe it was 25 shots for 24 points and 23 shots for 22 points. So if he wants to drop 30 on 31 shots, we'll let him. It's not the Giannis problem. The Bucks need their role players to show out. In game 2, we figured out a way to shut that shit down. I know we do have to hit our threes, and if we go cold on our threes, we will definitely lose games. But I bet that our 3-point shooting and our playmaking and our defense is going to win out by the end of the series. But we'll see. I respect the Bucks. They're defending champions. I think they're a tough win to go through. Hey, Hawaiian Punch, I'm going to see Doctor Strange as well at 9 p.m. Hope you enjoyed the movie, because I'm going to be checking it out later. And I hope it's a good movie as well. I also finished Moon Knight. Has anybody else been watching Moon Knight? Because Moon Knight, I have some opinions on, man. Wow, I've been cursing since I was like in 2nd grade, dude. I don't do it too much in the videos because like trying to keep the monetization clean, it still comes out sometimes. But if I'm on stream, I just gotta let it fly, bro. All right, there's no filter out here. 1048 is already out. You can Google it, check out the Discord, check out the Twitter, or wherever, you will find it. To be honest, I don't really know Kaido is going to. To be honest, I agree with you, Michelle. I'm right there with you. We should know more about all the Toby Roppo. For sure, man. And there was so many theories early on. It's like, oh, who's who? He's so interesting. Could be CP0 member. And then all of a sudden, it's like, man, it's like, he just an info dump and that was the end of him. Ulti in page 1 just kind of gets fucked up by Big Mom, and then Nami gets a moment and defeats Ulti. Black Maria, they were just kind of props for the Straw Hats. You know what I'm saying? No way I just said what? Grant Williams? Grant Williams shut down Giannis game 2. So like, until it becomes otherwise, I'm just saying facts. You're braver than me. I can't confidently say we will get a flashback for Kaido. Really? I feel like we have to. We need information from Kaido somewhere. If we don't get it now, do you think we get it in the future, or we just never get a Kaido flashback? Because I will go on a limb say we definitely get a Kaido flashback. Even if you think about somebody like Katakuri, like we didn't get a major flashback for him, but we still got one. And Kaido as a Yonko, we need it. We need a Kaido flashback. If it doesn't come here, it has to come at some point. And if it doesn't come in this arc, I would assume he's not defeated and he's still relevant later, which I don't think makes that much sense. Because we just spent like the entire New World trying to defeat this man. If he turns into Big Mom, like, and just follows island to island and like we just have to fucking deal with him every arc, I don't know about that one. Supposed to go watch Doctor Strange tonight, but me and my uncle heading to Milwaukee for the game tomorrow. Oh, that's hype, man. Are you a Bucks fan? I might try to make Game 5 in Boston, to be honest with you, because that's the one day me and Tina could both go. I might, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to wait if the Celtics make it deeper. We'll see. I don't know. I definitely want to make it to a playoff game. This playoffs for the Celtics, because this is the best I've felt for their title chances since the Big Three. And we had a couple of very good runs to the Eastern Conference Finals, but 2 times we dealt with injuries. 1 time Kyrie broke his brain, and so that was a lost season for sure. But yeah, this season, with the way the team has turned around and everybody has elevated, I think we could beat anybody if we play to our potential and are healthy. That being said, the Bucks are tough. I think we could definitely lose to the Bucks if things go wrong. I think we could lose to the Heat if things go wrong, and I still think Phoenix is the favorite to probably win it all. Luka going off, but he has no one with him. He also is a traffic cone on defense. If you watched the game yesterday and not just read the box score, you would know that Luka Doncic became the entire focal point of the Mavericks offense and also the Suns offense. The Suns would put him in a pick and roll 85 times and just cooked them like barbecue chicken. And that's how they got out to a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter. Luka Doncic is also 23 years old. Also ending up like Dame. Dame is a first-team All-NBA. So, like, ending up like Dame is not a bad thing, but Luka is also a first-team All-NBA, and he's 23 years old, so I think it's a little too early to be concerned for him. Williams played 38 minutes last game, so I don't know how you keep proving further and further that you're just so much of a casual that even if you're watching games, you're not actually watching the games. But Safama, you just dig yourself deeper and deeper into a hole, bro. I don't know how you do it. I'm honestly impressed. I'm honestly very impressed. What do we think about the cover page? Somebody mentioned, how's my boy Cracker hurt? What do we think? Do we think it's actually the Germa coming back? Anime World, just Google it. Google it, look up on Twitter, or check out the Discord. Rain the Ox actually brings up a good point, though. How is Cracker still hurt? You know what I'm saying? It's been like, what, a month? This man is still injured? Luffy fucked him up, man. God damn. Michael A. Yes, the Moon Knight finale, bro. It really upset me because the show had so much potential. The show had so much potential. I loved the pilot. The pilot was probably my favorite pilot episode out of all of the Disney Plus Marvel shows. And then it developed it pretty well by episode 5, but it needed more time, man. It just, like, so many things were sloppily finished and rushed at the end. And then it wasn't enough for me. It was so short of a finale, too. It was like 30 minutes. You needed so much more time. It just, all of a sudden, it just felt like it was over. Which, ironically, I kind of feel with this One Piece fight as well. If it ends like this, it just feels like, oh, okay, it's over now. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to Game 6 in Milwaukee? Do you live by Milwaukee? I thought you were a Warriors fan. Opero, nobody's dodging your question, bro. You could just Google that. I'm not here to answer your Google questions. Plus, many people have mentioned in the chat where to read it. Chin, I did. How you doing, man? Glad you're able to make it out to a stream. I did read the chapter. I thought it was a good chapter, but the finale, I'm a little iffy on. Does the cover page mean it's Germa, or does it mean Big Mom thinking? Trevor, it's hard to tell, right? Because it's like there's no dialogue. Like, we just get the title where, like, are the German, it kind of presents it as a question. So, like, you know, we still don't know. Hey, the chapters just keep dropping earlier and earlier, man. I think it's literally their cover story. So, like, that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't be surprised as the Germa. But, like, I don't know if it makes sense for them to go back and I guess just to save the Germa. I guess it makes sense to an extent, but it would be kind of a boring cover page. I don't know if I care that much about the Germa being saved. Loki and Moon Knight were my favorite. Hawkeye, I think, was my favorite. Hawkeye was my favorite. Then probably... Man, Moon Knight would have been probably top 1 if it nailed it, man. But it's probably 3. I think Loki might be 2. Moon Knight couldn't escape that. They just make it all mini-series. All of these things need to be like 10 episodes. Oh, you live in Egypt. What are you talking about, Game 6, bro? Decent chapter? Yeah, I think it's a decent chapter. I liked it. You know, nothing too crazy. Chin, I gotta hit up with some of these earlier streams. Chin, what's the best time? What's the best time for me to stream for your time? Tell him, Michael. Tell him. Think it'd be cool. Kaido gives Luffy a permanent scar. Akainu will add to the tension of Luffy's character design. I don't think it needs it. Luffy, I'm sure, has a lot of mental damage at this point. Please no more break weeks. I hope so. I think we'll be good probably at least for another 2 weeks. At least 3 chapters in a row at this point. WandaVision was interesting. I felt like the finale was the first 2 episodes as interesting as it was for them to step outside the box. They were pretty boring to me. I liked WandaVision. I didn't hate it. It's just not my top 3. That Jiro's back. I actually want to go back and see what chapter he disappeared and how long ago that was. Because I actually think he's been gone for like 6 months. Maybe Katakuri and Cracker are still injured so the remaining Germa siblings can succeed. Possibly, I guess. But then what happens after that? They just leave in the success and it's the end of the cover page story? I guess not all cover page stories have to be that interesting. Safama, that's bait. I'm not falling for that bait. You better stop talking about my Celtics and talk about your Warriors, bro. You guys tied up out there as well. If you are even a Warriors fan, as you claim to be. Because you could not name their rotational players. More action for me to find the chapter good? I don't necessarily think it has to be action. It just has to be a consistent build-up. And I feel like all this jumping around and all the silliness and tone just kind of took me out of it, at least personally. The worst Disney Plus one was Captain and Winter Soldier. Now you miss Damian Lee, you miss Otto Porter, you miss Bielitsa. All right, don't try to give some revisionist history out here, bro. I think you missed Kaminga. Did you miss? No, you might not have missed Kaminga, but you definitely missed Moses Moody as well. So confused. Did Luffy throw the punch, or did he just charge him? Any force behind it? I don't know. I wouldn't look too much into that. Just take it as these two are going head to head at this point. Ichigo, Luffy's birthday. I donate so you can buy him meat. I will pass it forward to Luffy and I'll buy him some meat. Appreciate you, bro. Safama, don't make me pull up the receipts, bro. I will go find it. And I will pull them up next stream. Cool, yo, what's good, bro? 1048 is a recap for something big coming. What do you mean? How do I know? TCB, the people that publishes the chapter, they have a Twitter account. If you follow their Twitter, they will let you know when it drops. Or their Discord. Kuya did flip, believe in the Celtics this time around. I got all the receipts. Who picked who? All right, we'll be going back to it. Don't worry. How do I feel about Orochi's death? I think it was cool. Isn't a dope panel, and Dejiro being the one to do it makes sense. I just wonder how they're gonna solve the Kurozumi thing, because that has to be solved. You know, like that, like the whole reason this happened in the first place was because Wano was kind of fucked up. They started hunting people. You know what I'm saying? Savama, you keep that same energy, bro. You said Ned's mid-diff. If there's one person's opinion I'm not gonna value, is the guy that said Ned's mid-diff and Ben Simmons is gonna come back and save their series. I can't lie, the anime is gonna save Wano, but personally I've not liking the last 4 or 5 chapters. I mean, there's been fun times. I don't think the chapters themselves have been awful. I think for me is just like, when I look back at the progression of how everything has gone, it just feels a little jumbled and choppy. So I'm not really in the moment as much as I should be. That's the same reason why I thought the Zoro and Sanji fights, although I enjoyed them, and there were some great peaks and great flashbacks and great character moments for Sanji, because it was so choppy and going in and out, it just didn't feel as, you know, as straightforward as it should be. Even upon rereading it, you know, I know reading week to week is always gonna put you out of the you know, the zone of like how the story is actually progressing, especially with break weeks. So like you read 3 chapters and then you take 2 weeks. So like in a span of like a month and a half, you read 4 chapters. So like, you know, that's gonna be just hard to process it all at once. But I've reread those fights and stuff. It just doesn't feel as consistent, and like the tone just doesn't feel that consistent, at least to me. Kuya knows the truth. Safama, you a casual, bro. Expect what? I said Celtics in 5. Celtics in 5 is 6, I felt like. I didn't think they would sweep them, but I didn't think Nets mid-diff. That's a completely different opinion, bro. Orochi never dies. That's the last one. The fact that he only transformed into 1, and we've been counting this whole time. He only had 1 left. Aoashi. No, I do not know that. Anime World, all you have to do is take a glance at chat, and everybody has told you, if you just Google it, it will pop up. If you just look in the Discord or Twitter, One Piece 1048, it will pop up. It's been mentioned many times. I'm watching One Piece for quite some time. I think I've lost the spark with it. I've continued reading, and reading gets boring sometimes. I should start fresh on anime. Sometimes, you know, you need to take a break from certain series and just come back to it. Sometimes, you know, rewatching the anime did get me way more into One Piece. But it also helped that Roof Piece was starting around that time. And, you know, it's just like reading week to week is tough. I remember during Whole Cake Island, when all the wedding cake stuff was going down, I was really out of it. And at that point, I was like, man, this is like, it's tough, man. Sometimes the pacing is just very slow. The beginning of Wano as well wasn't like super exciting. The udon stuff, that was like, you know. Somebody thought 10:15 was overhyped? Who thought 10:15 was overhyped? That was I fully believe that was the best episode in Wano. Even though I haven't watched all the episodes, but I watched all the critically acclaimed ones or the people's favorites. Oh, Chin thought was overhyped. Chin, that's a rare L. That's a rare L, man. Safama, me and Safama agree now here, bro. It actually does make me sad that Chin can miss so bad. I thought you were one of us, bro. I'm waiting for Elbath. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of greatness to come. Like, that's why, you know, like One Piece, like certain arcs are gonna miss. You're never gonna like everything. But like at the end of the day, there's just been so much good stuff. Overhyped, but like overhyped to what extent? I think at the very worst, it's one of the best episodes in Wano. I think it was one of the best produced ones in Wano, and for me personally, it's the best episode in general in Wano. But if you don't think it's the best, if you think it's like not top 5, top 10, I think that's a miss of a take. Because I really think it was that good. Sanji and Zoro caught up in strength. 2 New World Commanders is an L. Sanji and Zoro caught up. Like how fast they did that? I think it's okay. I mean, they got the, you know, they got the power-ups and then, you know, and slowly and surely got more power-ups. I think it's fine. The reactions are always going to be over the top, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know, people, positivity is number one, what people enjoy. Number two, it's also what sells. You know, whether you're a YouTuber, I think Grand Line Review actually recently broke this down in video, is that like the new meta for One Piece YouTube is positivity, which personally I really struggle with, because when it comes to chapters like this and I just don't feel like it's the grand finale, I can't force myself to be like, oh shit, Luffy versus Kaido is the fucking finishing right here. Like I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, at the end of the day, like some people are just gonna, I'm sure a lot of people are actually just genuinely happy and excited. But I also think a lot of people are gonna be like, if I like really act overhype this, like, you know, I like this, but if I think I really fucking love it, more people are gonna agree with me, and like either I get more views or clicks or, you know, likes on Twitter or followers or retweets and shit like that. That's just human psychology. I don't think you can necessarily blame people for that. If you are too over the top, you could definitely call them out for being fake, but I think if people just showing being a little more amplified, like kind of exaggerated, I think it's you know, a pet peeve of anything. Whole Cake Island I actually have not watched in the anime at all. Whole Cake Island is one of the only arcs I have not rewatched or reread at all. I feel like I just have PTSD from the wedding cake time where the pacing was so slow. We talk about Ja Morant. Ja Morant is nice. Single-handedly won that game too. Whole Cake Island is like I'm definitely in the minority because I know a lot of people gas it up, but I think it being my first full arc that I read week to week and the whole wedding cake thing, it's like meant to have like a mental block in there or something that I just have not gone back and watched. Even when like I heard the Katakuri fight was fully animated, I remember it being finished in the anime. I was like, oh, I gotta go and watch that. But I just could never bring myself to even go watch the YouTube edit for it. Eventually I will. Eventually I will though. I don't think Whole Cake Island was bad. I'm just saying, like, personally, this, like, I know I'm in the minority here. Like, the pacing just completely threw me out of that arc at one point. So it's probably just lower for me than most people. I still think it was a great arc. I love Katakuri as a character. The Future Sight stuff was dope. The finale was cool. He nice, but not as nice as he think. How nice do you think he is? I don't think he's like the best player in the world, but he's a top 5 point guard, and he could drop 47 on your ass. He's over in his head. What do you want him to do? You want him to come out and be like, yeah, you know, I just dropped 47, but you know, I think we're still gonna lose. Like, what? Like, this is some weak ass shit, bro. John not top 20. Now you're a casual. Now you are supremely casual. Safama, give me your top 10 NBA players, bro. You got 2 top 10 players out of the top 20. I'm unsubbing. Let me know when you read. I'm hurt by this situation. Are you talking about Whole Cake Island? Listen, guys, I don't hate Whole Cake Island. I've even said I'm in the minority here. I just have... It was just like... The pacing threw me out. And I'm sure if I reread it or rewatch it, it probably is a lot better. But the week-to-week pacing threw me out, and it's just like PTSD for me. Cat at 3, you're out of here, bro. You're out of here. The guy that got fucking beat by John Moran for Xavier number 3, you're out of here, bro. You're out of here. You can stop right there. We don't need the other 5. We don't need the other 5. No, Curry at number 1 is already... I mean, like, Curry at number 1 is already questionable. Cat at 3, you're already out of here, bro. Also, Safama, I think you might have a light skin bias, bro. he's got Doncic, Jokic, Cat, and Curry. He might have a light skin bias, bro. So mad Knicks almost had Ja. I mean, they had the 3 pick. You didn't have the top 2 pick. Like, I don't know what else you were supposed to do there. RJ is probably the best pick at 3, you know? How you feel for Whole Cake Island? Yeah, exactly. Everybody's going to feel different. Some people like Thriller Bark a lot. Thriller Bark's the other arc that have not gone back and completely finished and reread or anything. That's about my Zoro stan, yo. Miami about to sweep. If Embiid come back, I think Philly can make it a series. But Embiid is not there. They probably will sweep. Silliness of Gear 5 make it feel off. Yeah, some people, rightfully so, could just feel off to some people. You know, some people like the silliness and like some more serious stuff. Some people like some more silly stuff. One Piece just has a lot of differing things that people could like it for. Thriller Bark I actually started to rewatch. When I rewatched the Tina, I rewatched the series with Tina. And that's how I got back into One Piece, and I started watching a bunch of teching videos again, and that's why I started the channel. But where I stopped was actually Thriller Bark, because when I got to Thriller Bark, I was like, man, this is slow. There are some arcs where you go back and rewatch it, like, wow, this is way better than I thought. I think Drum Island and Jaya are one of those things. Because Drum Island, you always kind of remember, it's like, wow, is that arc just kind of slow? And then you go back and rewatch it and you're like, oh man, this arc is kind of slow. But then the Hirorug stuff happens. You're like, okay, this can't fall out of the top 10 because that flashback is, fuck, you just forget how great it was until you re-experience it. And that's probably my favorite flashback, and possibly my favorite flashback in the story. And then Jaya is the other one where you remember Jaya for having some dope moments, but then you actually like rewatch it and you're like, wow, it's such great setup for Skypiea. This is the first time you're meeting so many of the Shichibukai, the introduction of Blackbeard, so many things just work in Jaya. That's another one where it's like, damn, bro, that's amazing. The Thriller Bark, when I got the Thriller Bark, I was like, yeah, it's kind of exactly what I remembered. It's very slow at the beginning, and I'm, it's just like a slog to get through. Yeah, they will. I mean, every arc has funny moments, right? The pushing the zombie back into the hole, that was hilarious. Tama Kurozumi, hope it happens. Seems like that will be the only way to resolve the Kurozumi stuff at this point if Orochi's dead, which it looks like it is. Long Ring Longland is the other one that I have not read at all or rewatched. Teddy over Safama. Chin power scaling the moderators and the and chat. Oh my god. Toby Roppo just being pretty beaten. Yeah, I mean, it created some good moments, right? I think, like the Robin stuff was cool, but Black Maria herself didn't add to it. The worst one was Sasaki versus Frankie, because Frankie just bodied his ass. Like, he bodied him, and Sasaki just did not have an ounce of interesting thing about him. The highlight of Sasaki's character was Triceracopter. That was the only purpose that he served in my mind. Punk Hazard was hard to reread. Did I reread? I did reread Punk Hazard. I think it was okay. I think out of all the ones so far, the hardest ones for me to slog through is still Thriller Bark, and I have not gone through Whole Cake Island. Whole Cake Island, I should give it a chance. I should definitely give it a chance. But it's just PTSD stopping me. Punk Hazard, yeah, it was definitely still slow. I feel like it does, like your initial feeling on an arc, a lot of times it is the same feeling that you have when you go back and reconsume it. Thriller Bark, Punk Hazard, I remember, okay, it had some interesting moments, but it was still kind of like, felt like a pretty long arc where a lot of times it was slow. And then I reread it and I felt the same thing. I liked Caesar Clown. There was some fun moments, but it still was very slow at times. After Wano arc, how Oda hyped the Admiral Green Bull. Is hard to hype Admiral after Kaido? Not necessarily. I mean, like, Yonko commanders got gassed up to oblivion after Whole Cake Island, right? Like, Luffy's struggling 18 hours per commander in these fights. And then Zoro and Sanji pulled up, got some power-ups, and decked them. Admirals, we haven't seen them in action. There's plenty of ways for them to just be a lot stronger than we think, or just as strong as other people think. So I don't necessarily think you have to like do so much to hype them. I think there are some groundworks and paths you can go where like they're just monsters. Fishman Island because the villains were stupid and I hated Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi was way worse in the anime. In the manga, she's okay. I think all the physical, like crying, like you just hear in the anime is rough. Fishman Island, I think, terrific. Another arc that is carried by the flashback. I will say the two things that hold it back is number one, the villains. I think Hody's okay to an extent, but more so like the side characters. I cannot to this day name a prince from Fishman Island or a single person that the Straw Hats fought besides Hody. If I really dig my mind, I probably could, but I don't care enough to try to even remember it. That's where I feel like they were just useless. They were completely useless. Only time I dropped One Piece was Thriller Bark. Dropped as in just like skip the arc? Because I think you should still read every arc. Like, you're missing some context there, bro. Chin calling out Safama low-key a casual One Piece reader as well. No, Fisher, I said, like, I like the flashbacks. The flashbacks carried Whole Cake Island. Yeah, Shirahoshi's crying was rough, but nothing beats one man. That is the worst character in the anime. Real ones know. Real ones know. Is that your alt? Does this man go on his alt account to to get rid of his casual? Hold on, let me getting music back. Nah, it's trouble, bro. It's trouble. It's trouble for me. Oh man, trouble was oh my god. Safama with the alt account, bro. You gotta do better than that, than just adding an M, bro. Dofi. Oh my god. With the pacing of that arc and this fucking guy, in the end, he didn't even do anything either. He just got sliced up, and like, it was kind of ironic that he's fucking boogers running at, like, that was rough. Which princess were? Nah, I think it's Shirahoshi still. Rebecca, I don't necessarily remember being annoying. It was just like, we just got way too much of her reactions. One favorite One Piece character is Luffy, bro. I'm basic. It's Luffy, then Zoro, then probably might be Usopp or Sanji. After that, it's all Straw Hats. Literally, all my favorite characters are Straw Hats. Rebecca was great. Fanservice was also weird. Like, it was just weird. This is their alter ego that you're trying to be, Safama? What's my favorite song or music? It's been a while since I've listened to anything new, to be honest. J. Cole's probably still my favorite artist, because I've been listening to him since high school. Is it J. Cole or Frank Ocean? But Frank Ocean doesn't drop music, so... I know new Kendrick album is coming, I believe. I saw that on Twitter somewhere a while back. Leo, just Google it. Look on Twitter. What got Celtics? I'm not picking my Celtics against anybody, because I do think we could be anybody. So I would keep picking them. I think it's going to be tough, though. Originally, I thought 5-6. It could go 7, though. 5-6 is still possible. Without Middleton, I do genuinely think we're the better team than the Bucks. That doesn't mean we're necessarily guaranteed to win because they have Giannis and they're defending champions. But I think if we play to our potential and we're healthy, I think we have the better team. The only team I don't think we're necessarily better than right now is Phoenix. And again, that means, like, the difference is not, the gap is not big, like, for anybody. Like, we could easily lose against anybody, but I'm just going to keep believing this team plays to its potential like it has for the past 4 months. And if they do that, they're the best team in basketball. That's what they've proven. Fama, you're not watching basketball, bro. Phoenix just keeps dominating everybody they come across. You'll get to see it if you could get past Ja Morant first. No break this week. It's 1-1, bro. I don't know what you're getting so excited about. I'll give you a ban. All right, nah, that was mean. That was mean. Just Google it, bro. Go on the Discord. The Dylan Brooks play was dirty as fuck, bro. $10.48 is out. Just Google it. Film run was a little overhyped by Toei. I don't feel it overhyped. They're just doing promotion. I'm never hyped by the movies anyway, so it's not like overhyped for me. Looked at the schedule for OTA production for One Piece. Nah, I'm not too... I don't really look into that stuff, personally. The Johnny Depp case, I haven't really been following it. I've seen some clips and stuff. The muffin stuff, the doo-doo and the sheet stuff. Some crazy shit coming out of there, man. Wizards will be back next season. I mean, they will be back playing basketball. If they're doing anything, I don't know about that. Tell you, I agree. It's like animation, but at the same time, like, you still know it. So it's just weird. At least to me, it just felt weird that they were doing that. But like, it just happens so much in Japan as a whole, so I'm not gonna judge. Like, I'm gonna say like that's wrong. But from my perspective, it just felt weird. Economic and political state of the world. I'd rather not, but there is some serious stuff happening in the Supreme Court. Yeah, which is very, very unfortunate. But I'm not gonna quite get into that right now, because this is One Piece channel at the end of the day. Favorite waifu is Nami, since you like Straw Hats, or even Robin. No, it's Robin. Robin's best girl all day. Talk about basketball. Basketball has been my escape. It always is. When it ends, I'm gonna have to find something else. But why is there no Bucks game tonight? Because the Bucks have a fucking concert being held at their stadium, so the game's on Saturday. One Piece turned into Tom and Jerry. Yes, it did. I think it was okay for a little bit. Understand people that like it, understand people that don't like it. Personally, I think it was a little overdone. Wizards are really good at it. I mean, like, they could be solid, but like, there's, what do you think their ceiling is? I think the ceiling is playing team. I think that's what their ceiling is. Hey, yo, Waffle wildin', bro. Tom and Jerry before as a kid, teen. Everybody's seen Tom and Jerry. Who hasn't seen Tom and Jerry, man? It's a classic. I want to start streaming on the personal channel, I think. I finally worked out my schedule. Where, like, if this dropped Thursday and then I got a chapter on Friday, that's already two videos a week on non-break weeks. And I got to drop one more, and then I have a lot more time. Which I could make more One Piece videos, but like I will do if a chapter warrants it. But like, chapter this week, can I make any content off the chapter this week? Not really. That's like worthwhile. So I'll probably do, well, break week is always gonna be 2 videos in a stream, but what I'm planning on is like weeks like this, it'll be a reaction chapter review and then one extra evergreen video, and the chapter's really hype, I'll do another video on top of that. But then besides that, I've finally figured out where I can open up time. And I think I have to dedicate that to the personal channel. I was thinking maybe another anime manga, but that's just too much anime manga to me. I just gotta figure out where the fuck I want to tackle the angle from, what people will be interested in, how to make it unique and enjoyable for myself as well. It's a tough thing to do a variety channel, because it's not niche and you can't really tackle it as specific audience. But I think just for my sanity and creativity as a whole, it would definitely help me a lot more if I could do that. No more collabs. Like, the collabs I would do right now is be all One Piece. Like, I don't want to stream, react, do a chapter review, do a video on One Piece, and then the extra days that I have talk to somebody else about One Piece. Like, I like One Piece, but like, I cannot do that much One Piece a week, bro. When it's a big ass moment, that will be a time for it. But that's why I enjoy these streams as well, especially when they kind of go off the grid and we just kind of talk about whatever the fuck we want. I don't know who Jimmy X High Roller is, bro. Just rolling his DMs, be like, hey, I'm a One Piece YouTuber. Let's talk about some other shit. Like, where'd I watch the games? Just on TV. Xfinity, bro. Hop in on these chapters or what? Or on the variety shit. Morge video on Usopp, I did not. The one I've heard that is that should get some attention is Randy Troy's new video. A lot of people are gassing it up. Back and forth on the NBA stuff. Yeah, for streams, the way I have to work the streams out is like, I have to make sure it's segmented into different things. And these certain segments have to be content that I can then re-edit to post. Because if I just do streams and VODs, that's not going to be enough to grow. And I kind of tried this approach before, but I was doing it on Twitch. If you guys remember, OGs will remember, I did like a spicy chicken sandwich video back in the day, making the best burger video back in the day. Those type of videos I do enjoy. I just have to figure out a way to, I have to consistently do it and keep coming up with ideas like that, you know what I'm saying? I am honestly sick of theories as well. I just feel like none of them are right these days. Randy Choi and Mr. Morge are two of the most analytical dudes though. I feel like I usually take their theories a little more seriously. Because even if I don't agree with it, they end up making some good points that you'd be like, okay, I see where the angle is coming from, but I see it in another way. You would kick me in 5 minutes. Oh, man. They're also the most wrong, though, but like, are they? Who's the most right? I feel like everybody's the most wrong. Teddy, that's where I agree. I think Morge is very grounded in his analysis of how the story structure goes. Randy takes a very similar approach as well. Although I think he looks a lot more into outside inspiration, which I sometimes don't agree with. No, I think if you look at his chapter stuff, he definitely knows the series very well because he's been following for like 22 years and stuff. I think sometimes he just looks to outside inspiration a lot more, and he values like the Momotaro stuff and all that kind of stuff a little more than I personally would. But as a whole, he gets a lot of stuff right because he knows the series very well. But yeah, who would be like the guy that never gets anything wrong? Like, everybody gets most stuff wrong, I think. Nobody gets most stuff right. Oh snap! You still got the art, man. That's old shit, bro. That was when the Discord first opened up. That's got a real OG out here, man. Was that 5,000 subs? That might have been 5,000 subs. I opened a Discord. Appreciate you for sticking around, bro. Cole's funny like that, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, Cole could be wrong on everything, and it won't matter because he's entertaining at the end of the day. I remember when the whole Big Mom thing happened, right, with the mothering mode. And I remember Joy Boy Theories was one of the people that, you know, always defended it and like loved the Big Mom stuff. He really loved the Big Mom stuff. So when Cole posted a video and he didn't like it, Joy Boy had commented, he's like, I was ready to disagree, but then Cole mentioned like Big Mom fucking like breastfeeding Tama because of mothering mode, and like Joy Boy just could not clap back after that. Like, Cole's just funny as shit, bro. Even if you disagree, and you're not gonna clap back because he's fucking funny, bro. Like, Joy Boy was like, I was ready to hear and just counter argument your whole video, but then yeah, I heard fucking Big Mom breastfeeding Tama, and I lost it, man. People smoking a Orochi pack? Dax, what's good, bro? It's been a minute. Oh, snap. Embiid is out for game 3, looks like. Man, that's rough, man. You hate to see people injured, to be honest. That would have been a good fucking series if both teams are healthy. Orochi isn't defeated until the narrator said so. I will be surprised if he's still alive, because I don't think it would make sense at this point. Oda would need an explanation, because it seems like at least that he loses a head every time and they don't regrow like a Hydra. He's a Yamato no Orochi at the end of the day. You cut off every single head for a life, and that was his last one, and he got cut off. Yeah, it sucks for the 76ers, sucks for Embiid. He's had a good season. Embiid is like he's like Chris Paul to me almost. I just respect both players' abilities so much, but they both also just do like it's just such floppy things that it's just like, ah, man, like 1 minute I'm respecting you, the other minute you just make me lose all respect for you. What about the theory Blackbeard gets Orochi's devil fruit? I don't think he needs Orochi's devil fruit, to be honest. No reason for that. Luffy's not going to try to kill him anyways. Thought new chapters came out on Sunday. The official does. And if you want to read the official, wait till Sunday. And Hercules. But Orochi's not a Hydra is the thing. Orochi is the Yamato no Orochi, which is Japanese folklore. And the Yamato no Orochi dies when you cut off all 8 heads. Or 9 heads, whatever. GP3? Gary Payton the third? Isn't he Gary Payton the second? You talking about Gary Payton's son? Does he even have a son named Gary Payton the third? Safama, that's not a real question, bro. Stop playing. Eastern Hydra. I mean, Eastern Hydra, but it still has a different lore. I don't care if it's an Eastern Hydra or whatever. It just... You could call it the Eastern Hydra, but it's still from its folklore. It does not grow its heads back. Yeah, right now, CP3 is a top 10, top 7 point guard. Gary Payton II is nowhere near the top anything. He's near the top of the rotation for the Warriors. You're comparing an all-star, all-NBA player to borderline starter. 50 years old and bald, and he cooked Luka Doncic and cooked everybody the entire playoffs and the entire season. You keep talking about how old they are, bro. They're still gonna cook your ass. Real Madrid. I don't watch soccer or football, but I did see a lot of people talking about Real Madrid yesterday. I don't know the story there, but see, Kuya's a real one, bro. Kuya's a real one. He knows he's not a casual. Even as a Warriors fan, he knows the truth. He can't compare CP3 to GP2. That's a joke. I think Garp knew about the power of the rubber fruit and explains he's mad at Shanks. Interesting take. Could be possible. I don't hate it. It's just like there's nothing really more backing it besides Garp being mad at Shanks, which you can explain in so many different ways. Why don't Americans watch football? Because we don't have leagues. We have the MLS, which is garbage, you know? So I feel like we just don't grow up with the same culture. Whereas like if you're in Europe or something, you have these huge teams in your countries and stuff. So instead we focus on American football, baseball, basketball, where we actually have like the top of the top. Stephen A or Shannon and a boxing. Oh, Shannon, are you out of your mind? Shannon Sharp is a fucking Hall of Fame football player. Stephen A is a Hall of Fame talker. In a boxing match? Did you know who Shannon Sharp was? Or did you think he was just a talking head? He's a Hall of Fame tight end, bro. This man will deck Stephen A. Della, I'm sure I am missing out. I mean, like I know a lot of my friends watch it and stuff. I just never got into it myself. No, man, Shannon Sharp's he's a talking head now, but that's a Hall of Fame tight end right there, bro. How tall is this man? I would reckon he's like 6'6" at least. 6'2". Shannon Sharp is 6'2". Stephen A. Smith, probably like 5'10". Oh, Stephen A. Shout out Stephen A. 6'1". Okay. Height-wise it there, but nah, Shannon Sharp is decking his ass, bro. Garp did fight Zabek. I do believe he had the rubber fruit. Zabek had the rubber fruit? What makes you believe that? It's just like, for me, none of these theories just come to my head because I feel like I'm so numb to theories now. It's just like, unless there's some really good grounded evidence, I just don't believe it. You're 6'4"? Are you really? I don't know, man. You've been capping a lot. (8'2" at 13. Hello, I played some FIFA back in the day. That was probably the most I got into football. But then I just stopped playing, and then I stopped following the league. I am short. I'm only 5'6". But your boy got his shoulders filled out. 4'9". We're not judging now here. Short kings and queens. Tina's 5'2". She's even smaller than me. Look, 5'11". I feel like it's impossible to judge on camera. Tekking's also like 5'5", I think. You'll never know, though. You know what I'm saying? The amount of faking, like the flopping, you get that in basketball too, so I'm used to it. TCB scan looked like Luffy turned a cloud into rubber to bounce his arm off the clouds and Kaido. I might have to look at that again later. But I think he's punching through the clouds, no? Does Kaido need to die? Not necessarily. I think I might wrap things up soon here. We've been going out hour 40. Usually these are pretty quick because they're later at night. But because this one dropped so early, I uploaded pretty quick. But probably wrap things up here. Chapter review will drop tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully soon I could get out of my funk and do get back on schedule and do some variety content on my personal channel and stuff like that. We streaming every single chapter reaction as always. Gonna check out Doctor Strange at 9 o'clock, and then I'll let y'all know what I think next time in the next stream. Playoff predictions. I think it's Warriors, Suns, Celtics, Heat, and I take Celtics, Suns into the finals. But it could go any other way for sure. You never know when it can change. All right, but I'm gonna head out here. Catch y'all next time. Thank you as always for a fun stream. Later, guys. Peace.